Okay, here we are. Okay. Hello, everybody. When you're on, if you could just say hello and let me know where you're from. How's the weather today? We got some rain last night. It was really exciting. We haven't had rain for a very long time. I'm in Montana. I'm in Billings, Montana. So we have had a lot of fires this year, and that's some years that's just the way it goes. So we're very excited to have the rain today. But we're just going to wait for a couple of minutes while everybody joins us, and then we'll get started. If you want to say hi when you get on, would love to see it. And I love hearing where you're from. That's I think that's one of the most exciting parts of doing this, is being able to connect with people all over the world. And I appreciate you for taking time out of your day to do this. That's awesome. Angela from Minnesota, thanks for coming. Olympia, Washington, cool. I grew up in Washington. It's beautiful over there. Colorado, awesome. Michigan, Arizona. Hi, Gina. It's good to see you. California. And your 17-month-old grandson is with you. Well, if you don't get to watch all of it, Cheryl, you can watch the recording. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is day, okay, on my Facebook, I'm gonna need to edit it. I have day 3. This is day 4 of our 5-day challenge. And I'm really excited you guys are doing this with me. Good job. If you haven't signed up yet, you can do so with the link in the description on Facebook, or if you're on Instagram, you can go to just nourishingminimalism.com, and a little pop-up will come up, or you can search 5-day challenge and you'll be able to find that. And for those of you who are just joining us, I will have a recap page with all the videos and all the tasks, and I will send that out tomorrow for everybody who signed up for the challenge. So in case you missed anything, you can get that there. And I changed views today, working around my kitchen. This is our dish cabinet. So I have 8 big plates and 8 small plates. Some of them are currently dirty. And I have 8 bowls, and we have all these glasses. So I have to show you guys this, because you'll appreciate it. Okay, so this is a cactus margarita glass. This summer we were at a like a hometown, I don't know, a celebration. It was Harvest Days, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, my in-laws invited us, and they go every year, and it's one of those just fun things. And we drive about a half an hour to this small town, and Homesteader Days, that's what it's called. And they have a parade, and the kids get a ridiculous amount of candy, and I give them 1 piece, and I throw the rest away. And then we have lunch together, and this was a dime toss win. So this is my son Titus's. Him and his grandpa won it at the dime toss. They put out like all these, I don't know, it's like going into Goodwill and the glass section and just all these secondhand stuff. And you toss dimes in it, and whatever you get a dime in, you get to keep it. And so the kids did this with their grandpa, and this is what Titus won, and this is now what he drinks out of every day. And it is what it is. So there we go. Hi from Denver, nice to have you. Thanks for coming. If you have an accountability partner for this challenge, go ahead and tag them so they don't miss out. And if you are just joining me, you can sign up for the challenge at the link in the video description. Or if you're on Instagram, you can go to nourishingminimalism.com and sign up for the pop-up there. My name is Rachel Jones. I am the Joyful Space Specialist and author and founder of nourishingminimalism.com. So this week we're going through a 5-day challenge, and today is day 4, a morning rhythm. So before we get started, I wanted to share a note. One of the gals that took my course about a year and a half ago, 2 years and a half, a year and a half, and she messaged me this week, and it was a really encouraging message, so I wanted to read it to you. She said this is her Facebook status, so it probably came up like a year ago today. You know how that works. And she forwarded it to me, and so I could see it. So this is a whole year later, and she's still progressing. It's awesome. So she said on her Facebook status, "I just left the Dollar Tree with their fun, creative, cheap Halloween stuff in stock. This is my most favorite holiday ever, and so this is a great weakness to me. But this time I spent a grand total of 0, a measurable indication that true change has been wrought upon my heart, mind, and soul. Over the past 6 months, I've been working so hard to simplify, minimize, and purge my home of useless, unnecessary overabundance. Only another Halloween addict can appreciate how proud I am of myself for passing up on the salad tongs that looked like 2 skeleton hands. I should have taken a picture, you'd understand." And I said, "Kim, that's so awesome." And she said, "It really is a big deal. I have a hobby of doing gore makeup for Halloween. It's a highlight of my year." And then she sent me this picture of herself that was really quite incredible. She had a zipper down her face, and it split open here, and this was all like really gross stuff. And like she did an amazing job. It was very impressive. And then she went on to say that, "I also taught scrapbooking classes in my home for 25 years. Your advice on managing craft stuff and the creativity urges has changed my life more than you know. When I realized that my mind views stuff differently, I knew I was making meaningful progress, meaningful being the key word. I once had someone tell me that life change can be like turning an ocean liner. It has to be done incrementally or you risk capsizing." And I thought that was good to share today, because this is what we're doing with our morning rhythm or morning routine, whatever you want to call it. It's making those little changes, and as you make those changes and you change your thought patterns, then oh good, thanks Cindy. When you change your thought patterns and your daily habits, your views start to change, and then you can create lasting changes. This isn't like we're going to go through the house and declutter a bunch of stuff and then 6 months later need to do it again. The goal is to change permanently and to implement these things so that you never have to do the same amount of work again. Like it's still going to be a process. It's not something that you can be it's not a once and done type thing. So even myself, for as long as I've considered myself a minimalist, I still go through, get rid of things on a regular basis. It's like, 2 weeks ago we went 2 or 3 weeks ago, we went through the kids' room and got rid of a bunch of stuff. And I still go through my closet, and stuff still comes into the house, and I still have to get it out of the house. So I just want to encourage you in that. So yesterday we talked about a specific time of day to do the dishes, and that's so important to get rid of the mental idea of I should, like when you walk by the kitchen, oh, I should be doing the dishes. When you have a set time to do that every day, then it takes away the mental thought process, the mental clutter of what do I need to do, what do I need to remember, and it helps tremendously. So the dishes are just one part of the 4-part routine that I teach in my online decluttering course. And I actually, through the course is 10 weeks, and I go through and we add things little by little, building up your routine so that things become a habit. And it's better to do it little by little than it is to do all at once, because when we pick out like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to do my whole kitchen and my whole bedroom and straighten up my living room and whatever, and you try to put all of that into one simple routine, it's just too overwhelming and discouraging. So the idea is to build it up slowly and make it a habit, and then you put in one more thing and you build it up. And so when you do that, it takes less time. So my average morning routine takes me about 10 minutes. I get out of bed, I make the bed, or my husband makes the bed, which is very nice of him. And it always excites me when he does that. And I start a load of laundry, and I feed the kids breakfast, then I do the dishes, and I wipe off the counters and put everything away, and then I'm done. That is my basic routine, and it takes me about 10 minutes. And then the rest of the day seems to go so much smoother. So I called in my email, I called this a morning rhythm. In my title, I called this a morning rhythm because that seems to be more appealing to people. A lot of people don't like the word routine or chores, but you could call this whatever you want. It is what it is. I typically call it my morning routine, and that doesn't bother me. It's not a negative for me. But if it is for you, then call it something else. Call it your morning blessing, or your whatever it is you want to call it. You think of it in a positive way, because this is the start of your day and it's exciting. Every day is a fresh start, and you can do it. So the whole point of routines and decluttering, like you need both of them to be successful. To really have a clean and organized home, you need to have routines in place, and you need to declutter all the excess. You can't do one or the other and have it work. It definitely takes both of those things. And you can get rid of all of your possessions and just have the very, very basic stuff. You can be extreme minimalist and have one dish and one cup and one fork and 2 outfits. But if you don't have those morning and evening routines in place, or those daily cleaning routines in place, the home's still going to get messy. There's still going to be the clothes on the floor. There's still going to be dishes in the sink, and there's still going to be a pop can left out on the coffee table, because you're not in the habit of taking care of it when it needs to be taken care of. So it does take both. It takes getting rid of the excess and establishing a cleaning habit. So the task for today is to do 4 different things. The first one is pull out your trash can and grab everything off the counters. So some people struggle with this and some people don't. Don't feel bad if you do. I have friends that do both. I have friends that clean as they go, and I have friends that, like, as they cook, they leave the eggshells on the counter and the wrappers on the counter, and it doesn't matter. Just go through and get all the trash and put it in the trash can so there's no more trash on the counters. This is something this is not meant to be a decluttering task. So if you have a pile of papers on the counter that need to be sorted, don't worry about those. This is just getting rid of the surface trash. When you're done with that, if the garbage needs to be taken out, then do it, because it's easier to do things right away than it is to put them off and do them at a later time. It's always easier to do them right now. And if it takes less than a minute, why not? The next step is to do a load of dishes. So if you are caught up on your dishes, this will be very easy. And if you're not, don't worry about it. If there's still dishes on the counter, it doesn't matter. We're just taking this one day at a time. So do 1 load of dishes and call it a victory. Call it good. Do not stress out and do everything all at once. Step 3 is to wipe off the counters and stove. This is to focus on just your workspaces and not anything that needs to be decluttered first. So if you have a counter that's covered in clutter, don't worry about that one. Just wipe off your stove and whatever usable counter space that you have. This is not a decluttering task. It's just cleaning off your current workstations. And then I want you to take a 5-minute break. So this is very important when you are developing habits. When you reward yourself, it cements those habits in place, and it's triggers something in your mind so that the habits are easier to do because you look forward to the reward at the end. So this is a time to take for yourself with the things that you maybe used to procrastinate before. You could sit down and drink a cup of coffee and watch the news, or scroll through Facebook, or play phone games, or read, whatever it is that you would normally use to procrastinate, or you would feel guilty about, those guilty pleasures. Just indulge because you've earned it. You've been productive already this morning, and sit down and take 5 minutes to yourself. Please don't skip this. So don't say, I'm going to go ahead and sleep in that extra 5 minutes and I'll still get all my stuff done before I leave. You need to take time for yourself, and sleeping, yeah, it's giving something for yourself, but it's better for your mental state if you indulge yourself in something as a reward afterwards. Once you have those routines in place, you will be amazed at how easy it is to declutter your house. It's like it spreads. Like you have a clean sink and a clean counter and a clean stove, and it's very enjoyable, and you want to see more of that. So you'll feel inspired to go and sort through the pile of junk mail on the counter, and it's just it's kind of contagious, and it spreads throughout your kitchen. So for the next month, I would really like you to focus on your kitchen and not go to another room, not be distracted. We have the tendency to see all the different spaces of clutter, and so we work on all these different places around the house, and then we don't see any progress. So just stay in the kitchen and work in the kitchen and get the kitchen completely done, and it will feel so amazing, and you will feel accomplished, and it will inspire you and motivate you to do more. Motivation doesn't just come. It's not like we're going to sit on the couch and think about it and feel motivated and get up and do it. Motivation comes after you take action and see something done, and you see, I am capable of doing this, and I am capable of accomplishing something, and then it feels good and you want to go and do more. So a lot of people think of routines as boring or restrictive. I had, Tammy took my course a couple of years ago, and she was really struggling with developing routines. And in her mind, it was, well, I just can't be spontaneous if I have routines in place. They were going to hold her back. And we worked through it. A lot of it had to do with her childhood and her thought process of cleaning the house that she grew up with. But she recognized that there were times in her life where she had to say no to spontaneous outings, like her friends invited her to do something, or there was an activity in town that her kids wanted to go to, and she had to say no. She couldn't do it because she had to stay home and catch up on all the laundry or clean the house because it was just too much and it was overwhelming and discouraging to be in. So once she recognized that having routines in place would get rid of that, it helped her tremendously, and it freed up so much time. She was able to do so much more spontaneous things with her children because everything was done. Because you get up in the morning and you do this routine, and it's done. You don't have to think about it anymore. You don't have to set aside time every 2 weeks to get the laundry done. You don't have to take a whole weekend off to get the house clean, or have your parents babysit the kids so you can focus on cleaning up and then having to repeat the process every 2 weeks. It takes that completely away. And that's what Tammy found, is she found complete freedom, and she was so relieved. And then she was able to start teaching her children just the daily routines so that they won't have to struggle with it when they grow up and get out of the house. So routines need to be your priority. But once it's done, it's likely you'll find that you're inspired to do something else. But I do want you to make your routines a priority. If your routines are done, then you can take on a decluttering task. If you want to do decluttering, make sure you get all your routines done first. Because decluttering takes energy, it takes effort, and you want that to be second to your routines. Your routines are going to keep the overwhelm at bay. It's going to keep your home just moving in the way you want it to, and making your cooking dinner easier and getting up and doing breakfast easier. It makes your whole life easier. So do that. Do that first. And it should really only take you 10 to 15 minutes tops. If it's taking more time than that, you need to tone it down and do less of it. So maybe just focus on getting rid of the trash and doing the dishes, and just keep it into a manageable amount. It's not supposed to take over your whole morning. This is not something that's going to rule your life. It's just, it fits in, and it fits in like brushing your teeth. It's something that you're going to do, and you're not going to think about. It just happens, and it's better for you. It's better for your health. It's better for your sanity. It's better for your family and your relationships. All of that flows better. Fian says, we have no young ones in our house. We recycle and compost so much that we don't even fill our kitchen trash once a week. It goes out the night prior to garbage day. Wow, good job. That's awesome. Okay, so after you have done with your task, if you have an extra 10, 15, 30 minutes, go ahead and do a decluttering task. Make sure it's something that you can contain. You don't want stuff just strewn out all over. Focus on something small and something doable. We're going to talk about that more tomorrow, so be sure to tune in tomorrow. I'm going to talk about how to really declutter effectively, and tag your accountability partner and see what they're done. See if they've done their 4 parts of this daily rhythm or routine today, and let them know what you've done and how you feel afterwards. I want to know how you feel. So, oh, Meg, that's awesome. She said, my in-laws stopped by unexpectedly this morning, and I wasn't mortified. This has to be a first. And you have the dancing lady, whatever that is. What's that called? Emoji. I love that one. That is awesome. Good job. So that's it for now, and I will see you tomorrow. If you're tuning in for the first time, you can sign up for this 5-day challenge at the link in the video description, or go to nourishingminimalism.com, and there will be a pop-up, or you can search 5-day challenge and you'll find it. And if you have signed up late and you're concerned about the days that you missed, don't be, because tomorrow I will send out a link with all the videos and all the tasks so you can catch up on that. And please sign up for the webinar on Saturday. I'm going to share more about my life story and how I had to work through depression and how minimalism has changed my life. So I hope you will join me for that. I love it when people jump on and are on their live, because it's the energy is awesome. It's very motivating, and I will have a special on my course, so you won't want to miss it. And it's going to be a party. It's going to be so much fun. So thank you guys so much. And let's see. Okay, Cindy says, I wish my house was already clean and I could work on maintaining it. It will probably take me a year to get there. Cindy, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Any forward momentum is still moving you, and it's still going to get done. And when I teach my course, I have everything laid out in 10 weeks to get your house under control and a manageable state. But but that's after I figured out how to get it done. And my process, it took me about 3 years before I noticed a difference, because I was working so sporadically in little places, and I didn't have, like, it took me a long time to get the routines in place to where I could maintain it. And so don't feel bad. We all do this at a different pace. And like Kim shared in her comment, I got to read it again because it was so good. It was, life change should be done like turning an ocean liner. It has to be done incrementally or you risk capsizing. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to get discouraged and overwhelmed and just quit. We want to do it little by little and make lasting changes. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you tomorrow.